I really slept in. It's like 8:37. So I need to get going here. I only have like 10 or 11 miles to do today, which isn't too bad. But if I don't get going soon, it's going to be late when I get there. So anyway, headed to Olmstead Pond today, and gonna have breakfast. We gotta tear down camp, repack, and get on the trail. All right, well, we are back on the trail. It's 10 after 10, so a little bit of a late start this morning. Like I said, I had a no alarm, so I just slept until I felt rested. And it was cool this morning in the 50s. I didn't really want to get out of the hammock, but then again, even though I only have 10 miles to go, 10, 11 miles, I don't want to get there at dark either. So, broke down camp after having breakfast. Breakfast was a Peak Refuel granola, which was excellent, with blueberries and strawberries in it, and like a milkish stuff, reconstituted milk. Kind of watery, but it tasted good, so that's all I care about. And then of course granola. And then I got some water, but I really need to find a good stream. This one I'm coming up to now, I went to last night. The water's kind of rusty looking, so I'm not going to get it from there. Try to get the next one. I did get half a bag out of Dog Pond. It's just I forgot my little scoop that I made. I don't know how I forgot it, but I did. So you have to really fill them in a stream, or else it's going to be a long process, and I needed to get moving. But I'm sure I'll come across a good stream on the way. Anyway, next stop is Olmstead Pond. Hopefully that's open. It should be if I get there early enough. And we'll set up camp there for the day. Well, that was better, and it wasn't far after the other stream, so I now have all my water for now, and we can move on with that peace of mind. just hit 22 miles about, I don't know, a tenth of a mile back, and here I come across a gas stove and sink and what used to be some kind of a camp. Interesting. Out here in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure at one point there must have been a road back in here to be able to get this. I mean, this trail I'm on now is wide enough to probably, I mean, it's shrunk down, but it's a lot of it has been wide enough to have a truck get up in here. So interesting. It's nice to break out of the grunnel, the green tunnel, every once in a while. Today's a beautiful day. Temperature 63 degrees, so perfect for hiking. And today's actually the best day, weather-wise, from what I saw before I left. The 4 days. Of course, you saw it rained yesterday. Today's supposed to be like this, and then tomorrow there's a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms, and then Wednesday's just supposed to be plain old rainy. But that's my last day and my day out, so I really don't care at that point. I'm just hoping I can get through tomorrow without getting too wet. Of course, tomorrow is also Beaver Dam Day, so you know, right now I'm debating if it's already pouring out, whether it's even worth trying to keep my feet dry, because they're not going to be dry anyway. So anyway, we'll find out. Back into the grunnel. So today for lunch we are having tuna creations, Thai chili style, on a tortilla. It's about 1 o'clock. I'm just about to 24 miles, and for the, not for the day, but for the trip. So getting ever closer to the halfway point. I've been trying different foods on this trip, and so like for instance last night for dinner I had a let's see, Packet Gourmet seasoned roast beef meal, which was delicious. So that's the pro. The cons were it took over like 20 minutes to do, where most of these meals take half that. More expensive, and it was messy. You know, you had to have a tortilla with it like this, which I actually brought 2 for it, but you know, stuff was dripping out of it and got on my hands and things like that. So it was a bit messy, but very delicious. Breakfast this morning was a Peak Refuel. Again, that was the granola. The pros on that was it was cold water, so really no time to make. And it was delicious. And the only con I would have for that one was it's just more expensive than the typical meals, but well worth it. And these tuna creations, they're inexpensive. They're easy to do, and you know, just throw it on a tortilla and eat, and they're really good. So I'm gonna have lunch, some water, and then I'm gonna doctor my feet up a little bit. I can feel some blisters coming on, and so I'm gonna tape them up. Probably because my feet got wet yesterday, and then we'll trek on. I don't have too much farther to go to the campsite, so that's the good news. We'll get there and we'll enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. So this is right off of that campsite. So I've marked a waypoint for this. If you're ever doing this hiking, this would definitely be a place I'd want to shoot for as far as camping. I probably would have stopped. There were some great campsites at Cranberry Lake rather than going to Dog Pond. And I probably would have stopped here rather than Olmstead Pond. Although I hear that's a nice campsite. I'm hoping it's a nice campsite. This is primo. You know, the green tunnel, the grunnel, you know, that gets old after a while, but this is why you hike right here, to spend time with this. Just beautiful. So anyway, I've rendered first aid on my feet, and so I'm ready to continue on and head toward my campsite. All right, so I just hit the 25-mile mark, so I am halfway done. And still have a few miles to go to get to my campsite, but that's exciting. 25 miles under the belt, only about 25 more to go. For those of you who are wondering, you know, what I do with my water so that it's safe to drink, obviously you don't want to just drink it straight out of the stream or the pond. I use a Sawyer squeeze filter, and so I collect that water in a bag that's provided, and then I squeeze it through the filter into my water bottle. Other people will just take and put the filter on a water bottle and drink it that way, but I think that's kind of bulky. It sticks out too far and it's kind of a pain. I'd rather just filter it all, carry filtered water with me. If something happened to the bag in an emergency, well, yes, I could do that. Other people buy different bladders rather than that bag and do it that way. But you know, for a relatively inexpensive filter, it's extremely good. It's one of the most popular ones, one of the safest ones out there. And there's no aftertaste like there are with purification tablets. So it's you know, good deal. Got to be safe while we're out here, especially this far back. All right, well, I just got to another sign-in box. Only 1.4 miles to Olmstead Pond, so right about that to hopefully my campsite. Well, I made it to Olmstead Pond. This is camp, and I haven't put the fly up yet. I wanted to give you a little tour of my new hammock. The only thing I don't like about this site, it's a great site. It's right on the water. There's a nice place, rock down there that I can sit on. It's also got a nice fire pit and a little stump to sit on. And there's also a little log over there I can sit on, a little table, place to use my stove. So everything like that's great. The only bad part about it is that's literally the trail right there. So people literally walk through my camp to pass by, if there is anybody. Now, I haven't run into any hikers today. Yesterday I ran into 2 guys and a gal together. Today I ran into a bunch of trail maintenance people though. Bunch of them working together, putting stuff down in the mud area like rocks and stuff. And then a guy putting up new trail markers. And so I made sure I thanked every single one of them for doing that, because that's very thankful. Yeah, so I mean, I may have visitors tonight. I don't know. Or today. That's okay. Let's take a look at my hammock. So this is the Warbonnet XLC single layer. You'll notice the bug net is built right into it. And that can come completely off. You can put a winter shell on it, or if it was cold enough and there were no bugs, you could take the bug net right off and then not have to worry about it. So like with my old hammock, the bug net went around it like a cocoon. With this one, it's just on the top. And as you'll see in the last video I do with the equipment differences, you'll see it's a big weight and space savings. But there's actually instead of using a ridgeline organizer, which I could do because it does have a ridgeline in there, but it's got the shelf on the other side, and there's actually a zipper there so I can reach the shelf from outside. Now that shelf can just hang down. I actually have it stretched out. So I use the shelf there. This is the head end. So this has a definite head and foot end. Now this is the head end. You get in on this side, and then your feet, there's like a foot box over here for your feet to go. So you lay diagonally from the head end down to the foot end. And then of course I have the Superfly tarp, which I'll put up, and I'm going to put it up in porch mode again because it's beautiful out. It is potential for rain tomorrow, which is why I'm not going to leave it in the sleeve. It's a little more complicated than my old fly, but it's much lighter and it's actually bigger, I think. So I'm gonna put that up in porch mode where I can see out. Probably, I don't know, shield this side maybe, I don't know. But we'll put that up, and then my underquilt, like I said, I did order the one that actually goes for this, but it wasn't going to be ready in time. They didn't have any in stock, so they're custom making it. But it's specific for this type of hammock. And so I just have to jury rig my old one like I did last night. It wasn't perfect. My feet actually did get a little cold, so I'm going to put my wool socks on tonight when I sleep. Just from convection, you know, the air going underneath where my feet were, because the other hammock, or the other underquilt, literally the insulation part goes where your body lays. So it's much better that way. But I don't have it, so we'll make do. And it's supposed to be in the 50s again tonight, I think. Not terribly cold. We'll just make do. Or I could just zip up my whole sleeping bag too. That'd probably help. Well, camp is set up, so now I'm going to, and I actually did have a couple walk by while I was setting up. So, I mean, the trail's literally right here. So, anywho, I'm gonna probably get some firewood gathered up. I've already hung my bear line, and go down and sit on those rocks and enjoy the water. And I've actually got some clothes down there drying out right now in the sun, although I don't have a whole lot of sun left, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. But and then I'll have some dinner and maybe have a little campfire and call it a night. Get ready for a big day tomorrow. I'm not sure how many miles. I'll figure it out while I'm relaxing and let you know. And I'm actually awake enough to actually do a good night video today. I just totally didn't do it last night. I was so tired. Literally, I don't know if there's such a thing as sleep hiking, but I think I was doing it. I probably looked like a zombie from The Walking Dead for like the last 2 or 3 miles going into camp last night. I was exhausted. So much better rested. I am setting an alarm for in the morning. I need to get an earlier start. Probably get up at 6 a.m., which is right about sunrise, and have breakfast, pack up, and get on the trail, hopefully before it starts raining. cubs out there, swimming around, splashing around, calling. I wish they'd do it now so you can hear it. This is a trout pond area. There's actually a sign right not too far before you get to this campsite. There's actually a little boat over there. There are no oars with it though. But yeah, those loons are out there. And every once in a while I see a trout break the surface. I have, well, sunset's still another hour and a half maybe. Last light at like 7:45, but it's gonna get darker in here quicker. The sun's almost behind those trees now. All my clothes are nice and dried, which is great. And so I barely have cell service here. I was able to just text on it. Even I can do it with the Garmin InReach too. Yeah, so I'm gonna have dinner here in a minute, and then I will have my little campfire and then call it a night, because I have about 13 miles tomorrow and then 9 on Wednesday. I am setting my alarm. First light is at 6:08. Sun rises later than that, but I'm going to set my alarm for 6. That way I can get up, have breakfast, get packed up, and get on the trail. Hopefully we won't have any thunder today. I don't think so. The last I saw, the weather was going to be scattered showers and possible thunderstorms tomorrow. We'll see. All right, well, it's past sunset and a little before final dark. I think you can see through the bug netting there, a little bit of twilight left. I have about 20 minutes of light left at all. I put my fire out and had good to go pad thai for dinner. Was very good. Took 15 minutes to make. Generous portion, really. I mean, Mountain House, when it says 2 people, that's really 1 person. But with this, man, you could definitely split it with somebody. I couldn't eat it all. I ate maybe a little over half, but it was very good. It's a little more expensive again than some of the others, but definitely would do that one again. And so that was good. And I guess I've got my alarm set for 6 o'clock. I'll get up, I'll have breakfast, pack up, and hit the trail so I can get those 13 miles done, get to my next campsite. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day because I believe I have the beaver dams to deal with. So I guess we'll see. So have a good night. God bless, and I'll see you in the morning.